One. People said Michigan versus Lester Turner. Appearances, please.
Good afternoon. Lisa Coyle appearing on behalf of the people.
Mr. Byrd?
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Byrd on behalf of Lester Turner. My client waives his right to formal reading, was advised his constitutional rights, so will stand mute.
All right, the court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Turner. Argument as the bond, Mrs. Coyle.
Your Honor, the people are requesting $10,000 cash, tether, house arrest, and no contact with the complainant, her mother, or their children at this case. I spoke to the through email to the prosecutor and looked at this warrant. Tomorrow there likely is going to be an arraignment on a CSC with Mr. Turner, same complainant out of Hamtramck. This is an argument that began he got mad, or she got mad at him about getting another woman pregnant. Then apparently there was a sexual assault allegedly in Hamtramck with this complaint. Then they drove to her mother's house, refused to let her get out of the vehicle. They began tussling in the vehicle. He pulls her hair, they start to fight, and he rips her shirt. Per the prosecutor, he has a history of assault where she does not often follow through with the charges. They have 2 children together. The complainant is afraid for herself, her mother, the kids, if he is released. So people are respectfully asking for $10,000 cash, tether, house arrest, no contact.
Thank you. Mr. Byrd?
Thank you.
46-year-old lifelong resident, Your Honor, has children, indicates to us he's not on probation or parole, no pending cases. He's on disability and tries to barber on the part-time, but well below the 200% poverty guidelines. Any amount of bond is going to be like a remand to my client. I did get a chance to read this report, Your Honor, and what strikes me—
that makes 2 of
us. That's good. Probably make 3 of us plus the prosecutor, Your Honor. But
okay,
if the complaining witness was that scared and scared for her mother, I don't understand why they would get in the car after a particular incident where he allegedly sexually assaulted her.
Let me just say this, Mr. Byrd. Mr. Byrd. I read that and thought the same thing. It seemed to be a little odd.
Very odd.
Very, very odd. And I just want to acknowledge that I did read that as well. My spidey senses started to tingle. And like, this just doesn't seem— there's more to this story. And it's not for me at this juncture to figure it all out. But your point is duly noted, Mr. Byrd. I just want to get into, you said your client, what is his work hours? What does he work?
Currently he's on disability and does barbering on the side, Your Honor.
Does he barber out of his house or through a shop?
Mr. Turner. Mr. Turner.
I like pull up on my clients and cut their hair at their homes.
Okay.
Before you make it, I just want to point out, especially in domestic violence, we have a lot of times it's a lot of victim blaming. Why didn't the woman do this? Why did she repeatedly get assaulted and then go back? I think that we have to look at this in a way, a manner of, it is typical domestic violence. She has called out for help. She is asking for help. There was she's made allegations, and I think that's where, and there's further allegations that they're going to sign a sexual assault warrant. I think this is a matter of keeping people safe at this point. She does have a criminal history. I see 5 felonies going back to 1999. And I also see a DV that was dismissed in 2023. So I think instead of blaming the victim, I think we need to just look at it for what it is. I understand that. Why would you think?
For the record, Mrs. Cole, I wasn't.
Why did she? Why is she still living with somebody who assaulted her? This is what domestic violence unfortunately is, and maybe she has no other means of getting to wherever she was. So
please put your hand down, Mr. Turner.
No, Mr. Byrd. Okay, Mrs. Coyle, I wasn't necessarily implying that I was blaming the complaining witness. I just duly noted, as Mr. Byrd noted, that seemed to be an unusual fact pattern for this type of case. In addition, Mrs. Coyle, I do note, and I take with some nominal weight, although he has not been formally charged yet, the CSC case you just referenced. That isn't a nominal consideration in my bond consideration of determining bond. But I don't want to be on the record. It's clear that I was no way implying that I was blaming the complaining witness in this matter.
So
I just noted.
I understand. Okay. I just, like, a lot of times that, like, we point the finger back to, well, why did she do what she did? And we're really not about fractions. I understand that we have to look at everything in a totality of circumstances, but we really don't know their relationship from reading an investigator's report. They have kids. And
you are 100% correct in that assessment. 100% correct, and I agree with you. I'm ready to rule, Mr. Byrd. The court having heard argument back and forth in this matter, duly noted both positions from both counsels in this matter, duly noted and well argued, I may add. And both attorneys make a good point as to, we don't really know what the true extent of the nature of this relationship. My concern at this point is to maintain the safety of the complaining witness and maintain the integrity of this case. So, weighing all those factors in place, and given that this is a misdemeanor charge, I'm going to give Mr. Turner a $20,000 personal bond with the following conditions. Mr. Turner, you're not to possess any handguns, firearms, other dangerous weapons. You're not to have any contact with Sharondia Green. And while this case is pending, you'll be fitted a GPS tether to be placed under house arrest while this case is pending.
I called the police. Oh my God, God.
Keep it together.
Do you need a moment to get yourself together, sir?
Yeah, I do.
All right, I'll put you in timeout for a moment.
It's Christmas Day. Christmas Day.
Okay, Mr. Thomas, you got yourself together?
Mr. Turner, yes, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Turner, I'm sorry. All right, do you have any questions regarding your bond and or court date, sir?
Judge, I didn't hear court date. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I need to
cash January 8th in front of Judge Garrett. My apologies. Okay, yes, Mr. Turner, you all right? You got yourself together now?
Yes, I'm dealing with it, sir. Yes.
Okay, you have a good day and a happy New Year.
New Year.
All right, thank you, Mr. Turner. Can you give me one moment, please?
Okay.
All right, Hamtramck, are you ready for probable cause?
Yes, Your Honor, I apologize for the delay.
Okay, no problem. All right, it's Friday, December 29th, 10:52 a.m. Magistrate William Burton conducted a probable cause hearing in the matter of Lester Turner, charged with count 1, criminal sexual conduct, 3rd degree. Habitual 4th offense notice. Officer, identify yourself for the record, please.
I'm Officer Fay at the Hamtramck Police Department.
Okay, are you conducting probable cause hearing in this matter?
I am not. I can go.
Okay.
They're on for, this is your PCC, correct? What? This is your PCC? Yes. They're on for you right now. They're ready for me? Okay, let me go get.
All right.
The detective was not prepared for your level of expedition. He wasn't ready yet, so he's gonna go grab his paperwork and he'll be with you shortly.
Okay. How soon is shortly?
He said he was going to, we're on the first floor, he's going to the second floor to get his paperwork. So I would imagine in a minute or two.
Okay.
Well, I apologize on his behalf. Never mind.
No
He's
apologies
ready.
needed. No apologies needed. Oh, now that is customer service. That is customer service.
Yes, we're here for you, sir.
All right. Officer, state your name for the record.
Detective Anthony Gonzalez of the Hamtramck Police Department.
All right, sir. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear affirm the testimony about to give me the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Will you testify for personal knowledge or for a third-party document?
For my investigative report.
All right, proceed with your testimony, please.
On December 26, 2023, prior to 10:39 hours, Detroit Police Department Sergeant Howell spoke with the Hamtramck Police Department Lieutenant Molesky via telephone and advised him that Lester Lamont Turner was arrested for suspected criminal sexual conduct and domestic violence, with the victim being Sharonda Green. Sergeant Howell informed Lieutenant Molesky that it was determined that the criminal sexual conduct occurred in Hamtramck at 2230 Wyandotte. Sergeant Howell forwarded a copy of the Detroit Police report to Lieutenant Molesky, who forwarded the document to me. Lieutenant Molesky informed me that Lester Turner was currently being held at the Detroit Detention Center, awaiting charges of domestic violence filed by the Detroit Police Department. Lieutenant Molesky also informed me that he had filed a detainee with the Detroit Detention Center for Turner to be turned over to HAPD custody if he posted bond or was going to be released for any reason. In the Detroit Police report, Sharonda Green informed multiple DPD officers that Lester Turner walked in on her while she was using the bathroom at her residence within the city of Hamtramck on December 25th, 2023. And while in the bathroom, Turner forced Green against the bathroom sink and pushed his penis into her vagina against her will. Oh my God. Green provided DPD Sex Crimes Unit Sergeant Joanna White a written statement documenting the incident. Green wrote that she was with Turner since approximately 13:30 hours on December 25th, 2023, and that they were at her house within the city of Hamtramck to celebrate Christmas with their kids in common. Green wrote that she went to the bathroom, and while she was on the toilet wiping herself after peeing, Turner walked into the bathroom. Green documented that Turner stated, "It smells like good pussy." Green wrote that she laughed it off, and while she was getting up, her pants were still down.
Mr. Turner, hold on. Mr. Turner?
Yes, sir.
Can you sit still? You have to use the bathroom or something?
No, I'm just listening to this.
Why are you wiggling like that? Why are you moving? You got to use the bathroom?
No, I'm just listening to this story, sir. It just,
Okay, well,
just
listen, Turner. Listen and sit still. All right, go ahead, officer.
While she was getting up, her pants were still down, and he walked over to her. Green wrote that Turner unzipped his pants, got behind her, and she could feel his penis Green wrote that the head of Turner's penis went inside her vagina from behind. Green documented that she was against the sink and started pushing and fighting Turner and saying no while telling him to stop. Green wrote that she was pushing Turner off of her. Green documented that Turner knows she does not want to be with him sexually. Green wrote that she wasn't going to call the police at first, but it turned into a fight and the police were called. Green wrote that the kids came into the bathroom, at which point Turner stopped. Green went on to explain that she and her mother left with Turner to take her mother home to her residence in Detroit, and while outside her mother's residence, Turner domestically assaulted her, which was the DPD case to which she was arrested. On December 26, 2023, at approximately 10:11 hours, Hamtramck Police Officer Michael Lanier was dispatched to 2230 Wyandotte within the city of Hamtramck regarding a sexual assault report. Upon arrival, Officer Lanier spoke with Sharonda Green, who stated that she was sexually assaulted by her former boyfriend and father of her children, Lester Turner. Green stated that on December 25th, 2023, she and Turner were in a verbal argument all day. Green stated she went to the bathroom at one point and left the bathroom door propped open. Green informed Officer Lanier that when she finished peeing, she attempted to pull her pants up, but Turner entered the bathroom and stated, "It smelled like good pussy." Green informed Officer Lanier that Turner then grabbed her right arm, pulled her up towards the sink, forced her to face the mirror on the wall, and then Green felt Turner put the head of his penis inside her vagina. Green stated she moved away from Turner and ran into the living room. Green informed Officer Lanier that she told her mother about the incident, but no one witnessed it occurred. Green informed Officer Lanier that she had an appointment with the Avalon Clinic for which is known to perform sexual assault kits on December 26th. On December 27th, 2023, at approximately 09:05 hours, I, Detective Gonzalez, contacted Sharonda Green via telephone. Green informed me that she and Turner had dated previously, but for the past 5 years had been broken up. Green stated that she and Turner had not had consensual sex in over a year, and that she had not had consensual sex with anyone in the past week. Green confirmed to me the statements that she gave to Detroit Police and Officer Lanier. Green corrected the statement stating that the kids did not come into the bathroom, but that the door was slightly open and one of the kids walked past, at which point Turner stopped sexually assaulting her. Green informed me that she went to the bathroom and was sexually assaulted sometime between 1400 hours and 1500 hours on December 25th, 2023. Green stated she did want to pursue charges and would continue through the court process. Green informed me that the sexual assault kit had been rescheduled for December 27th due to her going to the court and obtaining a personal protection order against Mr. Turner. Thus concludes the reading, Your Honor.
All right, has Mr. Turner been served with that PPO yet, to your knowledge?
I have it in my custody. I'm going to serve him with the documents after court is over.
All right, court satisfied, probable cause been established, signing the complaint. Mr. Murad, are you ready for the arraignment?
Absolutely.
Okay, calling case number 82-237-2862401, Blue State of Michigan versus Lester Lamont Turner. Mr. Turner, stand up and state your name for the record.
Lester Lamont Turner.
All right, Mr. Rod, proceed, please.
Ryan Murad, PA 3665, on behalf of Mr. Lester Turner. Judge, we waive the formal reading. Mr. Turner stands mute to these charges. He's been advised of his constitutional rights.
All right, the court will enter not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Turner. Argument to bond, Mr. Murad.
Judge, a whole lot. Before we get to the allegations, I just want to talk a little bit about Mr. Turner's ties to the community. He is, Judge, a life resident here in the state of Michigan. He has 2 children and a child on the way that he's expecting any moment. And I'll come back to that soon because we have a feeling that this is what a lot of this is about. I do notice that there's a habitual 4th offense notice, Your Honor. The only thing that could be assaultive I saw was maybe a resisting and obstructing. The rest seemed drug related. 1999 to 2009 were the last convictions I'm aware of. With regard to his ability to post bond, Your Honor, he's a recipient of disability, Social Security. So there's already a presumption that he's not going to be able to post a monetary bond. He does do some barber work when he can here and there, Judge, but he's still well within the guidelines. He's earned a GED. He's diabetic, and he indicates that he's requested and has not received his medication. Now, Your Honor, with regard to the allegations, our honorable court here in the city of Detroit arraigned him for a domestic violence case that the officer is referencing here with the same date of offense on Christmas. Now, why is it 2 cases? Is because the allegation is these parties were together in Hamtramck and that they were together in Detroit. The allegation of the DV, I guess, happened in Detroit. The allegation of the CSC, I guess, happens in Hamtramck. That's why there's 2 cases. It was 1 date of offense. Now, it's important to talk a little bit about this Detroit case to get a perspective. Mr. Jordan calls the police. Mr. Turner, I'm sorry. Mr. Turner calls the police in that case because there was damage to his vehicle. When we talk to Mr. Turner about what this is really about, he's expecting a new child from his new girlfriend, and this is his child's mother. Now, Your Honor, he's 100% disputing these allegations. That's why he's jumping up and down in the corner. He can't even believe what he's hearing. He talked to this when we interviewed him a few days ago. That's why you saw Mr. Bird in here, Judge, because he actually worked with Mr. Bird on this case. We were well aware of these allegations. We're anticipating this case coming. Now, in the domestic violence report, it talks about a CSC allegation. So we were expecting this. But even with that information and with another prosecutor arguing, the bond on that case was $20,000 personal with house arrest habit. Judge, I'm going to ask the court to consider doing the same thing.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Repeat the bond on the domestic violence case.
$20,000 personal, GPS tether with full home confinement.
Okay.
So what I'm going to ask this court to do here is to consider giving Mr. Turner a chance. We do believe there's a low likelihood of conviction in this matter. We do believe he's going to put his defenses on. I'm going to ask this court to keep him confined to his home that the complaining witness does not reside at. Let's keep him at that home on a personal bond, GPS tether, home confinement, and he'll have the benefit of a preliminary exam, and the rest of these facts will get flushed out. But there's no KPS history here, Judge. Nothing since 2009 that I saw. Just that these parties should stay away from each other and let this case flush out, and then GPS tether, house arrest assures that, Judge. And I know the allegations are serious. That's why I'm asking for the home confinement and let this case flush out, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. Also, do you have any bond recommendation?
Your Honor, I just want to note that there was a 2013 felony conviction also for delivering manufacturing. The notice is not 2009. I'm trying to CCH. It is not documented on the warrant with the visual 4th. In regards to this matter, this is a much more serious matter than the domestic violence, Your Honor. This, with him being a habitual 4th, could carry up to a life offense for this allegation. Would ask for a monetary bond for the safety of the defendant. Not the defendant, but the safety of the complainant.
Okay. Do you have a dollar amount you have in mind, sir?
Would ask for $50,000 cash surety, no 10%, Your Honor. Again, this is a life offense, criminal sexual conduct with a 4th habitual, turning a 15-year felony into up to a life offense.
I'm not a monster, man. I never did this.
Mr. Turner! Mr. Turner!
Yes, sir.
Please keep quiet.
He's just doing his job, Mr. Turner. He has to do that. He's doing his job. It's not you personally. He's just doing his job like I'm doing my job, right? So, Judge, I hear the officer's arguments. Obviously, this court knows the habitual offense notice and knows that there's still proofs coming up. So that's all.
All right, court having heard the argument as to bond. Mr. Turner, while this case is pending, no contact with Sharondia Green, no contact with the Wyandotte Street address where this incident occurred. $100,000 personal bond, GPS tether, house arrest. Missed court dates, probable cause conference January 11th, preliminary examination January 18th, both in front of 36th District Court in Hamtramck. Any questions regarding your bond and or court dates?
No, Your Honor.
No.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Moran.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, officers.